Alright, so this is where we ended the last video. So we're still on property of logs, so it's doing the same thing. These just have a few more steps. So again, numbers out front are powers, so that should go to that power. So then I have log 9 4 plus log 9 5 squared equals log 9w. Now I can't cancel out the logs because this side has 2 logs. So then I want to change this and multiply the 4 and the 5 squared. So I would change that to log 9. 4 times 5 squared equals log 9w. And then now the logs will cancel. So I have 4 times 25, 5 squared is 25, which is 100, equals w. So make sure that those powers go to the front and are not just multiplied. Right, and then here, same thing. We're going to first put our numbers in front as powers. So I'd rewrite that as log 8, 2 to the third, minus log 8, 4, equals log 8b. Then this is division, so this could be written as log 8, 2 to the third, and you could figure it out, 2 to the third, divided by 4 equals log 8b. And then the logs cancel out when there's 1 on each side, nothing in front of them. And so I have 2 to the third, which is 8, divided by 4 equals b. b equals 2. Right? And then here, the pH of a solution is given by pH equals negative log base 10 H plus, where H plus is the concentration of hydrogen ions in moles, and the pH of a popular soft drink is 2.5, so that's going to go in for pH. And we want to know how many hydrogens are in the soft drink, so we're solving for the H plus. So I'd have 2.5 equals a negative log 10 H plus. When we solve logs, we want to get these, and I could put this as a power, but easier when it's just 1 log to move that negative 1 divided. If there was 2 logs, then I'd put it as a power. So I have negative 2.5 equals log base 10 of H plus, and then of my hydrogen ions, and then I'm going to put this in exponential form, so it'd be 10 to the negative 2.5 equals my hydrogen ions, which 10 to the negative 2.5 is 0.00316 and hydrogen ions. All right. Here you're just plugging these into the calculator. Log 7 is 8451. Don't really need work on those. Make sure you go out to the 10,000ths place, which is 4 decimal places. That'd be the only thing that I would say people missed on that. Right? On this one, we're using common log. So we are going to take the log of both of these, because we cannot write this 106 as 4 to a power. So I'm going to take the log of both sides. So log 4 of 3b to 3b equals log 106. So I haven't changed anything because I could easily cancel those off. And then the 3b I'm going to put out front. So we're kind of expanding out these logs. So 3b log 4 equals log 106. And at any time I could figure out what log 106 is, and log 4. I just kind of put everything. So I'm going to get the b by itself. So I'm going to divide by 3 log 4, divide by 3 log 4. Again, when I plug this in the calculator, I want to make sure I put parentheses around that 106. Otherwise, you won't get that right. But you should get 1.1213. And I would try these because if you know how to enter it into the calculator, that will help you on the test. And then here, same thing. I'm going to take the log of both sides, so I can figure this out. Then I'm going to put the 5k out front, because powers can go in the front, or we can take front numbers to powers. And then I'm going to divide by 5 log 5. And then that should give me k. And again, when I plug this in, I want to make sure I put parentheses around that 37, but I should get k equals 0.4487. And again, on these ones, we're going out 4 decimal places. It's going to be very important for that section. All right, so here I want to express in logarithms in common log. So lot didn't do that, but just gave me the decimal of it. So watch that because it tells you to, so you need to. So log 3, 8, see if I can get that work, would be the same as log 8 over log 3. So this is the common log, this is part of your answer, and then your answer when you put that in the calculator, 1.8928. This whole thing is your answer on that. Same thing here, log 557 could be rewritten in common log as log 57 over log 5. Then I put that in the calculator, should get 2.5121, and I keep saying this, but if I don't put parentheses around that, you won't get that. Again, both of these are what you need for that answer. Right, same thing as the advanced one and the last one, but now they're giving me the hydrogen ions, which is 5 times 10 to the negative 9. So this is just scientific notation. So I'm just going to plug that in there, pH equals a negative log, and since that's base 10, I don't really have to put the base 10, and then 5 times 10 to the negative 9 in for my hydrogen ions. And that, when I plug it in the calculator, should give me a pH of 8.3, nearest tenth on that one. So that's just plugging it in once you are able to understand it. Right, and then the very last section, which is the standard check you just took on Thursday, and again, I know you guys don't have this back, so if they are below a 7, you'll have a chance to fix it if you want to do retakes, just on that one, or just on the ones you didn't get back. So here we're writing it in exponential or logarithm form. Not giving me the decimal, so I had a few people do that. It's not asking you to solve it. It just wants it. If it's an exponential, write it in log. If it is in log, write it in exponential. So here I am going to write this in exponential. So I start at my base, and it would be log base e of 30 equals x, or log base e of 30 is natural log 30 equals x. This is what I'm looking for. And then here my base is e, so e to the 42 equals x. And again, I had a lot of people plug that in their calculator, not looking for that. If you did plug it in the calculator but you wrote it out like this, I accepted it, but if you just gave me the decimal, you'll lose 4 points on that. So really want to make sure that you understand that. Right, so to solve these, we're going to get the e by itself. So I'm going to add 24 first. So I have 5 e to the x equals 40, and I'm going to divide by 5. So e to the x equals 8. And then once I have that, I'm going to put it in natural log form. So natural log, start at my base of 8 equals x. And then I'm going to plug in my calculator, natural log 8, and that should give you 2.0794, and again going out to the 10,000ths. Same process here, get the e to the x by itself. So I have 3 e to the negative 3x equals 2, divide by 3, e to the negative 3x equals 2/3. This one we have a little bit more, so we're going to put it in natural log. So I'm going to go up here with this. So natural log of, so we start at our base, 2/3 equals a negative 3x, and then I'll divide by negative 3. Just like the logs, I want to make sure I put parentheses there, but x equals, and then plug that in my calculator, you should get 0.1352. And again, try that, because if you're not sure how to plug it in, that trying to figure it out tomorrow or at the test time won't work. Right, so then here we have log form, and I'm going to put it in, I need to use exponents to solve this. But again, I'm going to get the log by itself, so I'm going to divide by -4. And that gives me natural log 2x equals 6.5. And then 2x. And then now I'll put it in exponential form, so e to the 6.5 equals 2x, and then divide by 2. If I plug that in correctly, x equals 332.5708. And then this one had a lot of people, this confused them. So I don't have anything outside the log, so I don't have to get anything into like by itself. So I'm not moving anything right off the bat. So I'm going to go right into exponential form. So e to the 36 equals x plus 4. And then I could plug e to the 36 into my calculator and then subtract 4. So e to the 36 minus 4 is what x equals. And then this one, if you use the green calculators, it's going to give you it in standard or in scientific notation as e to a power. And that you should recognize as scientific notation. The calculator just doesn't do that. So I had a lot of people give me 4.3112 times capital E, well I just said e to the 15, and that should be written as 4.3112 times 10 to the 15th. Recognize that when the calculator writes it or gives it to you as this, that this is this. Like that's where you need to start recognizing that, because if you write this in college or anywhere, they're not going to take that. You need to recognize that as scientific notation. Right, and then very last one, all we're doing is plug in 2 in for t there. So some people did that but forgot the little negative. So 18,500 e to the negative 0.186 times 2. And then plug that in your calculator. You should get 12,753.05. We're going 2 decimals because it's money. So that's what the car is worth. So I had some people also try to solve it out, and that just is a plug in the calculator. So just knowing where to put it. All right, you are all set.